الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه وأزواجه ذريته أجمعين. We're talking about dialectic, and last time we looked at dialectic and its relationship with dialogue and conversation. And we looked at the structure of dialogue and conversation, and we said that that can give us some insight into the structure of dialect as well. So we'll just pick up one element from that structural understanding of conversation and dialogue, and that is negation. Negation is a very important part of conversation, and dialogue. And in a sense, it is a principle of movement. In a dialogue. But if you accept whatever is said as it is, then there is no movement. And once we realize this power of negation, this power of negation within a dialogue, can also think of power of negation vis-a-vis reality, whether that reality is social reality or physical reality or any other sort of reality, because after all, dialogue is based on language. Language to some extent represent the reality around us, the physical reality, social reality, psychological reality, etc. So if negation is the principle of movement within dialogue, we can say in some sense it is also a principle of movement within reality itself, whether that reality is social reality or within history even. So it's a movement, it's a principle of movement in history. We are not assuming here which type of movement it is. It is linear or progressive or regressive or haphazard, but there's a movement. So when I say no, to what you say, or I negate what you say. You say it is raining. I said, oh, it's not raining. It was raining. Now the rain has stopped. Then you might, accept my claim or reject my claim. And if you reject my claim, I would ask you a reason for your claim. And if you don't reject my, if you reject my claim, you might ask me the reason. And then obviously the conversation would move from where it started, no matter what. It is the principle of movement. And reality itself, when it is a stormy weather, it is raining. So when I take a shelter, I'm sort of negating the reality and its effect on me. I can actually intervene in reality to negate its effects on me, for example, in order to protect myself from the sun or the cold. I might build a house, and that house actually changes the landscape. So the landscape which was static or moving in a different way, now it will move in a different way because of my intervention, because of my initial negation. Similarly, history. So for example, on the 7th of last month, October, Qassam went to the other side of Gaza and attacked the occupied army and the illegal settlements, and it initiated reactions from the Nazi regime and its allies, and this would not have happened if there was no negation of the continuous occupation and its atrocities in the first place. A particular negation, and that obviously moved history in a certain way. In a sense, non-action is also a negation, but that's a different sort of negation that also moved history in a certain way. And that's why some philosophers and sociologists like Habermas, a big Zionist supporter, by the way, say the principle of no is the very essence of rationality. Because when I say no to your claim, I ask for reason, not necessarily, and you might ask for reason. So I sort of unleash by this no a chain of action and a chain of reason, sort of, which was dormant in a sense. So this principle of negation, and the way I've tried to describe it, I hadn't thought of it in this way before, but it sort of makes sense of what Hegel says about negation as a principle of reality as well. principle of the movement behind reality as well. Okay, I think we'll stop here and we'll continue this, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.